So my daughter's 10, like I said, and she's past the age, we can't spell words in front of her anymore. She's too advanced for that. So what we do now, we write them in cursive. I'm not a famous comedian, I know that. I'm perfectly comfortable with that. I'm a happy person. I have a theory of how famous I am. I think that if I was in Scientology and I decided to leave, they'd be like, all right. I never took SATs. My friends were always stressed out about it. It was optional on a Saturday morning. Screw that. So my friends would say, how are you going to get into a good school? So let's follow this logic. If you get high SAT scores, you go to what they call a good school, right? So good schools are filled with smart people. How good of a school is it? Anybody can teach smart people. That doesn't make it a good school. If your school's so great, you should have to let a minimum number of dumbasses in there. And they have to graduate in 4 or 5 years. That's a quality school, right? You're like, hey man, did you hear Paulie? He got a PhD? Our Paulie? Yeah, he's got his doctorate. That must be a good school, because... So I'm watching the commercial for the adjustable bed. We've all seen it approximately 1,000 times. You can put up the head and the feet and everything like that. My innovation, you want to sell an adjustable bed to people that are in a long relationship? You make one that adjusts like this. I'm not even kidding. This is a dynamite billion-dollar idea. Because sometimes divorce is not the answer. Right? Sometimes you just need like 3 feet. We've all had nights like this. Sweetie, you know I love you. We've both had a really long day. I think it's about time we just call it a night, and I'll see you in the morning, okay? Nice buffer zone in the middle there. Someplace with a goddamn dog. That'd be cool, right? And in the morning, it's a fresh new day, right? Hey, coming back. The women would be like, I don't think so, mister. I am divorced. It's not bad. It's actually way better than I thought it was going to be. My wife and I think I mentioned I was married 23 years, so we would do things like we would finish each other's sentences, but never with what the other person was going to say. That might have been a sign. We were at a party and she paused and I blurt something out. She goes, "What? I wasn't going to say that." She goes, "Nobody would say that." Then she goes, "You don't even know me." I said, "Well, I knew you well enough to realize you're going to make a big deal out of it." Maybe that's why I live alone.